Hey, gang. Well, WWE Payback 2016 is now in the history books, and at least one match change and something kind of bad happened at the pay-per-view. But we're going to get into that here, and going to discuss some certain things that happened at the pay-per-view, and of course, give some shout-outs to some fellow YouTubers. I hope you guys will go check out and subscribe to as well. But let's get things going into one of the matches that was actually bumped to the pre-show, which was, I guess, maybe a surprise, but not really. And of course, talking about Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. And no stipulation to this one, but the winner was Dolph Ziggler. And the U.S. title being defended again on the pre-show as Kalisto took on Ryback. And your winner, still U.S. champion, Kalisto. The opening match was a match to find out who was going to be the number one contenders to the tag team titles as Enzo and Cass took on the Vaudevillains. I've been calling them Vaudevillians, sorry about that. Unfortunately, it ended in a no contest when Cass got seriously injured. And the next match was Sami Zayn taking on Kevin Owens, and the winner, Kevin Owens. The Intercontinental title was on the line as The Miz took on Double O Cesaro, and your winner, still Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. And the women's title was on the line as Charlotte took on Natalya. Of course, Charlotte had Ric Flair in her corner. Bret Hart was in the corner of Natalya, and your winner, still Women's Champion. What a shock, Charlotte. Dean Ambrose took on Chris Jericho, and your winner, quite surprisingly, was Dean Ambrose. And then we found out what was going to happen with Raw between Stephanie and Shane McMahon, who was going to run it, and, well, it turns out they're both going to. This should be interesting. And finally, the main event happened between Roman Reigns defending the WWE World title against AJ Styles, and though he kind of got himself counted out and disqualified, Roman Reigns still retained the championship. Okay, a few things to talk to you guys about. Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin. Kind of surprised that they would let Baron Corbin lose after winning such a big... Well, winning at such a big event like WrestleMania, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, kid, we're going to kill your push now. So that was unfortunate, but losing to Dolph Ziggler on a pre-show, it's like, meh. At least it didn't happen on the pay-per-view, because that probably would have really made you look bad. And Kalisto keeping the U.S. title from Ryback. I actually saw that Ryback sort of kind of did a slight CM Punk-like entrance, and I went, real good, in his own hometown of Chicago. Of course, I'm from Monmouth, Illinois, so, yeah. I don't know much about what happened to Enzo at the show, but there have been reports saying that he's okay. Really scary thing what happened to him, and no idea what they're going to do with the situation, but hopefully Enzo will make a very speedy recovery. He'll be back in the ring really, really soon. It was a scary thing to read about that. And I feel so dumb calling the Vaudevillains the Vaudevillians. I apologize for that one, gang. I am so sorry about that. I thought they were called the Vaudevillians. Maybe it would have made more sense to call them that, but yeah, I mean, Enzo, hopefully he's gonna make a speedy recovery, and him and Cass, they're very entertaining guys, and but yeah, hopefully Enzo's gonna be all right. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, a lot of people said this was really the match of the night. And you got a couple of guys who know each other, and they know how to work with each other and everything like that. And you can't really miss out on a match like that, because that right there, if you got a couple of guys who work the indies, and they've probably faced each other in many different shows they've been on. Obviously, they knew what they were going to do when this match happened. Miz keeping the Intercontinental title from Cesaro. breakaway clothing Cesaro. I like the shirt he wore, though. I'll give it that much. The Cesaro section shirt. That was pretty awesome. I liked it. I thought that was awesome. But again, Miz keeping the Intercontinental title from Cesaro. It's like, is anybody really surprised? Honestly. And now it seems like they might be teasing a fatal 4-way match, and it'll probably happen at Extreme Rules, which is supposed to be in a few weeks. So hopefully they'll try to make that one interesting. Charlotte, for crying out loud, they make her the new women's champion at WrestleMania, and they let her keep the women's title from Natalya. From what some people have said, that Charlotte really wasn't even selling the sharpshooter, for crying out loud, and I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, that's what we need, another one of the Bella twins. I think people said that that Brie sold better than Nikki. Of course, then again, you realize who Nikki's dating, and John Cena can't sell either. So, Dean Ambrose pinning Chris Jericho. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I think these two are going to meet up again at Extreme Rules, and it's going to be some kind of really crazy, wild match. Wouldn't put any doubt if they put it in a steel cage to call it an asylum cage match or something like that. Shane and Stephanie running Raw. It just kind of reminds me of the times when when Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold Steve Austin were doing it. You got butting heads and everything like that. I think in a way you have to Vince is kind of having to do what he has to do. I mean, you have the heel authority figure in Stephanie. You have the face authority figure in Shane. But honestly, more than likely I'm going to be wrong on this one. But I predict that it's all going to come to a head at Survivor Series. There's going to be a Team Shane versus Team Stephanie match where the winning team is going to pretty much have their team captain run Raw, SmackDown, main event, Camp WWE, and all that. Oh, wait a minute, that's a cartoon. I'm sorry. Finally, Roman Reigns keeping the WWE Championship from AJ Styles due to a count-out, a disqualification, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson coming down and everything like that. The whole storyline of, is AJ still kind of hanging and being close with Gallows and Anderson. Some people are predicting that that's going to be winding up, that Roman Reigns will wind up joining up with Gallows and Anderson as to kind of pull the wool over people's eyes. But if WWE is trying to get the fans behind Roman Reigns by doing something like this, it's not a smart idea to try to get him disqualified by punching AJ below the belt and everything like that. Those are pretty much more like heel tactics, so I don't know. And, of course, a lot of things that I saw was that they were trying to mute out the negative reaction to Roman Reigns. And, honestly, you have to sit there and think to yourself, and it's like, yeah, if you see it on TV, they're trying to mute it out. But if you're sitting there in the audience and everything like that, you can't do anything about that. They're going to react the way they want to react. And Chicago is one of those kind of cities that, it's kind of like Philadelphia. It's a tough place to be at, and they have rabid wrestling fans, and they don't care if they get bleeped or whatever. They're gonna tell you what they feel about your so-called superstars that they like. And obviously Roman Reigns, yeah, they don't like him in Chicago either. And oh goodness. But yeah, rematch set for Extreme Rules, and of course it's going to be an Extreme Rules match. Like I said, probably I think we're gonna see a fatal 4-way between The Miz, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, and definitely Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, in some kind of crazy match. It's all going to happen in just a few weeks, and I'll try and do a little picks video for that one too. Want to give out some shout outs to some guys that I really hope you guys will go check out their channels, and please subscribe to them as well, because If you guys don't, they're going to make me sit through a John Cena movie marathon. And then it'll be a Randy Orton movie marathon. And then it's going to be a Miz movie marathon. And if that doesn't kill me, it'll be a Hulk Hogan movie marathon. That just might do it. But giving these shout-outs to One True Fan, Will's World, attituderanation, Matt Jerishow, RADPROEmbryonix, Gordon Maston, NorCal ProWrestling, World Famous Flea Market, Rassle Reel, Tomer Hannon 15, WrestleManiac 1130, hockeymaskguy, ya Boy Compton, Trader Jack 641, and Wrestling With Wregret, last but not least. Alright, gang, well, that's going to do it for me. I think I've been rambling on a bit too much on this, but if you would like to let me know what you think about the pay-per-view, love to hear from you guys. And, of course, if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. Well, until we get to Extreme Rules, thanks for watching. And as always, stay strong and rock on. What happened to the Wyatt family? They were supposed to be, they were on the poster and everything. I don't know, maybe they set their beards on fire and they're just waiting for them to grow back.